Hey, how's it going? I owe you a blue arrangement. It's true. Yeah, I've taken a little bit of a hiatus. We were getting a whole bunch of stuff done. We were completing season four, and we have deadlines that we have to go on, and we had a lot of locations to do. And it's been hot, and it's been just really challenging with those film schedules to get everything done. But my guys are the best, and Chris and Keith at Full View are just amazing. And so we filmed at Sacred Springs, and we have flower kombucha to talk about on season four of Life in Bloom. We went to one of my friends' house, Donna, who I just love, who is down in the middle of the hurricane right now. She's in Baton Rouge, but she has evacuated, so she's safe. But she photographs hummingbirds. And so we went to her place, and we've done that. We went to Crestwick Farm. We went to a sunflower field. We've done all sorts of fun stuff. And I had some of these stacked up and ready to go so that they were there. But then I just was having a challenge getting back in here because we're also dealing with funding all the time too. So if you know of anyone who would love to be a sponsor of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom, I would always appreciate that. Just give me a holler, and that's all you have to do is just let me know. Just let me know, hey, it would be great for you to check out this person or this company or something like that. I'm always happy to do that. My friend Jan Clark down in Florida, where it's I'm sure hotter than here, has been great about sending me in a couple directions too. So that's been very wonderful as well. So today we're going to talk about a blue arrangement because we have that color concept blue left. Now, just so you are aware, blue is the favorite by 35% of the general public. And so that means it's the most popular color of any color. And that's just part of it. We have so many things in our life. Blue is so prevalent. The blue sky that we have, blue jeans that we wear. Just think about all the people who have how many pair of jeans, and jeans are, for the most part, blue most of the time. So blue is a very favorite color. If you like blue, you are dependable, you are steadfast. Let's see what else to say here. Traditional, gentle, and popular. I always think about my aunt. My aunt Alice was a blue lover, and she had a blue home, and she had, like a blue sofa and blue curtains and things like that. And she loved blue, and she was definitely steadfast, traditional, gentle. That was my aunt Alice. She was very much like that. My dad, on the other hand, did not like blue, and so there was no blue in our home. Except one thing. There was one blue thing. And you know what? You're going to have to wait to find out about that. But there was one blue thing in our house, and it fascinated me. And so that's other exciting news. In this interim here, Kelly and I have been doing our research, and we are going to be starting a podcast. And so that's also coming your way. So you can look for that soon. It's called Behind the Bloom. And Kelly and I are both going to be on it. So it's going to be really fun. And we're going to talk about stories. And one of the stories that we're going to talk about is that blue object that was in our home. So Behind the Bloom is going to give you some more backstory on the cool things. As you know, I'm a storyteller, and that's what makes this all so fun and popular for everybody. So we will just continue that with a podcast as well. So today we are going to make a blue arrangement. So when I started thinking about a blue arrangement, obviously I can pick out clear glass or frosted glass. But, I think sometimes with blue, because blue is the more finite group of flower colors that we have. We do have cornflower, we have bachelor buttons, we have delphinium, we have hydrangea, we've got this fabulous blue viburnum. I was also kind of waiting for this viburnum to turn blue, which is just fabulous that it has done so for us. But sometimes blue is hard. And so getting blue items together, sometimes we need a little support from a container in a blue coloration. Okay, so I found this. We have a show coming up in season 4 called Hooray for Hydrangeas. And my friend Trina Weller, who you'll get to meet, who we filmed with here in the interim, is going to be on it as well. And so you're going to get a sneak preview of one of the containers that I found. Because you know that I love antique stores. I love looking online. I love searching Facebook Marketplace and eBay and Etsy for cool things that I've never seen before that are vessels for flowers. And I found the coolest thing from Royal Hager. And so we're going to use it today. Look at it. It is a pink and bluish container. It's got some lavenders in it. It's got a nice teal, and it's scalloped at the top. There looks like there's peaches or apples at the top and fruits, and it's a little basket. And it's very full of water, and the water will leak out inside here, but it holds water, which I'm very excited about. So this is a Royal Hager container, and we're going to use it today for our blue arrangement. So I hope you have your favorite cup of coffee. I hope you have your favorite music on, or whatever your favorite cup of coffee. Iced coffee for me today. If it's wine for you, if it's bourbon in a glass, no judging here at all, because I simply want you to be happy. And so hopefully you're listening to the music that you love and the music that inspires you, whatever that may be. If that's classical, if that's acid rock, whatever you choose, this is your space, your time to create beautiful flowers. Okay. And our time to sit together and do this. So we are going to create a blue arrangement. So there we are. So I've got this really pretty stuff. Again, our tools that we are using today, somehow, did I walk away with it? Here it is. Okay. Right behind me. Our Dram tools. Okay. Obviously the Dram compact pruner and the Dram bypass cutter in green. I guess I probably should be using blue, shouldn't I? Shall we? Shall I? You want to hang on for a sec while I dig through the box? All right. Let's use blue. Because we have blue, and my friend Jessica over there, make sure that I have blue. There we go. Blue ones. All right. So everybody happy now? There we go. Blue ones. Also, so in the interim here, I just want to tell you that I really, truly love your feedback. And I love it when you guys leave comments for me. And there's so many of you that I have become friends with, although we've never met. And I can't wait for the day when we can meet together. Ken and Shalini and Bird Lover and Jan and all these people that I have met through the YouTube outreach that we've done. And, just a little bit of information about that. So as we're arranging here, because we haven't seen each other for a long time, so I'm catching up, right? It's so interesting to me. I love your feedback because I like to know what you're thinking. I like to know how things go with you. My favorite thing in the whole world is when you send me pictures of what you created. And I love that. So many of you have been great. Jackie has sent me pictures of, Jackie's doing a weekly arrangement now, and she's sending me a picture every week of what she makes. And I love that. And I just want to see what you're making because it inspires me so much that you're inspired. And I want to see what you've done because I look at your arrangements and I'm like, oh, I should do that. Or, oh, that makes me think of this. Or let's do a program about that. So all of that, and we started this just about a year ago. We started doing this. And again, these are free YouTube channel videos for you. They only reside here. So if you like the videos you see, subscribe to the You Bloom button, punch that wherever it's at. If you want to learn more about floristry, professional floral design, you want to learn more about mechanics, you want to learn about how to make flowers for your home, then you can join youbloom.com. It's $3.99 a month. And there's 1,800 videos over there that are not here on YouTube. Some of them are here, but not all of them. Okay. There's a lot more over there. And then obviously watch the TV show on your public television station. Check it out. We are on Passport. So season 1 is on Passport. Season 2 is coming to Passport soon. Season 3 will be on Passport in January. Season 4 will end up on Passport as well. So if you have Passport, you'll be able to watch us there. So look, Local Create Station 2 is a great resource too. That's another place where those shows are. So if you want to watch those too. And remember, there is an entire section of Life in Bloom on youbloom.com that does not require any subscription. Okay. So you click on the Life in Bloom logo up in the corner and it takes you to a place where all of the recipes are. There's blogs about the people who have been on the show. There's Behind the Bloom, which is fun outtakes from what we've done. So if you like that kind of stuff, all of that is there in the free section. You just have to click on the Life in Bloom logo on the front page. All right. So yeah. So there's that. So this Viburnum is in the yard. And you know what? Last year I gave it a huge haircut. Because Kel was like, you know what? That Viburnum bush is too tall. I want to be able to see the street. I personally love things overgrown. The more overgrown that they get, the better off I like it. I would like a little hobbit house, okay? Where everything's just grown over the top of it and you don't even know it's there. That's what I would love. But we're really a good pair because he reins me back in. And so he wanted me to cut it down. So last fall, I just gave it a tight cut right across the top. And everything from that grew from where I cut it off tight looks like this. Everything below it looks like this. And so I said, so this year it gets to stay tall because I want nice long pieces like this that have these beautiful blooms on them. Actually beautiful berries. In the spring, they're a white bloom, which is really fun. And a pollinator magnet. Pollinators just love them. And then in the fall, they turn this beautiful blue color and the birds come and eat them. So I love that as well. So we are going to use some of these blue berries inside this vase. And I think that's going to be fun. Look at those. I like that it's kind of narrow, right? And so I just fell in love with this vase when I saw it. It's part of the Royal Hager line. They did other vases in this color range too. So what's interesting about this is this is a glaze that goes on that peeks through. And some people call it the baby glaze. Some people call it the lavender and blue. Some people call it the pink and the blue. Sometimes it's more pink. Sometimes it's more blue. Just luck of the draw of whatever container you're looking at, and whatever your container looks like. There's a swordfish that's amazing. So Royal Hager did so much stuff. And in doing my research about Royal Hager, I found an interesting story that was really wild. And Kel and I were just kind of like, when Royal Hager decided to close the Hager factory, they had a museum that was the Hager Museum. And the Hager Museum had many, I don't know if they were one of a kind, but they were interesting pieces that they had created and everything. And they had them all in this museum. And there was, I want to say there was like 225 different pieces. They had an auction and they sold them all for like $25. So there are amazing pieces of Hager pottery out there in the wild that, people found and got during that auction that are just incredible. And so there, and you know what? It was really interesting. Before they sold them all off, they created a file. They created a documentation. And so you can go on Pinterest or you can go on YouTube and you can, on Google and look up those different types of things and see the different things. And then it will tell you auctioned off at auction for $7.50. And you're just like, oh, crazy. So, I love looking for Royal Hager stuff that is beautiful. So we were in an antique show this summer with Grace and Nick. We went to Allegan for the first time, and it was really, really fun. We had a great time. And there was a Royal Hager set that there was 2 leopards and then a container, and they were lamps. And this guy had no idea what he had. No idea. And not my taste. I think I just love looking at it. Not something that I would want, but very mid-century modern, very cool. And he had it marked for like $75 or something like that. In the online at the Royal Hager Museum, that set went for like $1,700. So it's just it's amazing. And I was just like, wow. So I said to him, I said, do you know what you have here? He's like, well, yeah, there's a chip on one, and it's going to take the right person who's going to want it. And that's true. It was going to be that person who wants those 2 leopards and, in that great finish and stuff. But, I would someday, besides the Hobbit house, I would love the mid-century modern house, an Eichler home that, would be horrific to try and heat in the wintertime in Michigan. But that's what I'd love to live in. So that's just my thing. So obviously, what are we going to use? We're going to use hydrangeas. So look at this hydrangea. I picked it just a little while ago. Okay, so I have to tell you too that I do love, that you guys, I love that you share. I love that you ask me questions. I love that you share your thoughts and your ideas. I love hearing your stories of what you're going to have. On the other hand, I have people, I'm just fascinated by the people who just like to be mean. So that was also a reason that I took a little hiatus. My friend Claire, who I am crazy about, she is my friend who lives down south, and I'm not going to tell you where she lives but she's my friend, and she sends me cool stuff all the time. And her and I were talking, and I said, it's just so interesting that people can be so mean. And she said, right now, the last 2 weeks before the full moon in August, she was telling me in her experience, that's when evil walks the earth. And in her belief system is that they are able to walk the earth, and they're trying to find out what they did wrong, and they're trying to improve themselves and see if they can get out of forever prison. Okay. And she said, so just be careful. Just be careful during this time. Like, don't go out in the woods at night, which is good advice no matter what you do, right? Right. Don't go out in the woods at night. Don't go to the cemetery at night. Another good piece of advice. I think that's always just very good. So much, very common sense for my friend Claire. I like that. But, I also felt, hey, you know what? I'm going to lay low for a couple of weeks because the people are just, and one of them was, when are you going to get a better camera? It was like, when are you going to get a better camera? Well, you know what? This little camera works well for me. It was a price that I could afford. It allows us to stay connected with each other. If you want to see high definition, fabulous flower design, go to ubloom.com or watch public television because that's where we spend the money. Okay. This is the camera in my basement. And then someone said, you know what? You should paint everything white and get rid of all that stuff and everything. This is my house. Okay. This is my house. This is where I live. I like my painting. I like my picture of Edelweiss over here that reminds me of my grandma because it was her favorite flower. I like that the wall's purple and powerful. I don't want a white wall. There are no white walls in my house, just so you're aware. There is not a white wall in this entire home. So no white walls. When I moved in with Cal 25 years ago, 26 years ago, there were all white walls. They have all been eliminated. So thus, I cut the Viburnum down to the right height. Okay, so there we go. I digress. Look at how fun this is, right? Look at how those beautiful hydrangea look in this arrangement. Isn't it pretty? And so my friend Rich, I'm talking to you. Rich and I were communicating about purple and blue and pink hydrangeas. And he said, oh, all I have is blue. I want pink. And I said to Rich, you know what? All I have is pink and I want blue. Doesn't that figure? I just wish, we could figure that out because I would give you every single pink hydrangea that I have, Rich. Promise. I would send them to you, ship them to you, get them to you, buddy, because I want the blue ones. And so I am always adding coffee. I take all my coffee grounds and I sprinkle those on my hydrangeas. And then I also do aluminum sulfate. So, is that right? Aluminum sulfate, aluminum nitrate. Aluminum sulfate and aluminum nitrate are the two things that make them go the different directions. And at this very point on this Sunday afternoon, when I'm making this arrangement with you, I don't recall which is which. But it's going to be on Life in Bloom, and I will tell you the correct thing there. It's aluminum sulfate. So aluminum sulfate. The other thing I like, look at this, how they get all antique-y and green. Oh my God, I love that too. That's fabulous. And so, see, look at this. So these are on the same stem. Look at this one, kind of getting an antique green look. And then there's this one, purpley and blue. How fun is that? Right? I love that. So, yeah. So, Rich, I hope that you are able to get pink hydrangeas. And so you had mentioned something to me, which I thought was very interesting too the other day. You said, I think I just need to go get pink ones. And you know what? I went and asked. What we don't want, you or I, is white ones. We do not want white hydrangeas because the white hydrangeas will not ever be pink or blue. Okay? So we have certain varietals that will ultimately end up being pink and blue. And they're the same varietal. So if you take Endless Summer and you douse it with aluminum sulfate, I believe, they will all turn pink. You do it with aluminum nitrate, they will all turn. You know what? Let's settle it right this second because I don't want to stand here and give you bad information, right? So let's see. We're just going to fix this right now because that's what we do. Hydrangea blue. And you know what? Ken is probably sitting there right now saying it's exactly what you do. But big leaf hydrangeas, macrophylla, react to changes in soil temperature. A low pH allows hydrangeas to absorb aluminum, which turns the beautiful flowers a beautiful blue color. To increase blue hydrangeas, lower your pH by adding sulfur or peat moss to the soil. Avoid pH levels above 7.5. There you go. Okay. So it's the pH level that's it's gonna control that pH level, right? I didn't answer the question though. For instance, Nico Brew, Pottery Pink, Forever Pink, Blue Decal all have almost the same equal chance of being blue or pink. You want to manipulate it by adjusting the pH of your soil. See below. Soil acidifier. Come on, tell me what it is. And then you want to deprive them of aluminum. So you want lime. And I know, Rich, you told me that. You said that you were pouring lime to your pink ones to make them turn pink. So yeah, so that's what we want to do. Okay, so look at our pretty little, now here's the other thing that we have. So down inside here, I created this by using water, and I used my Chrysler Professional 3 down inside there. I did not use CBBN tablets because I don't think that they're helpful for hydrangea. But the thing that is super helpful for hydrangea is our Chrysler Professional 3. Okay, so adding this Chrysler Professional 3 in here is going to be super helpful to these, and coating them with this is going to help seal their molecular structure. I think I want one more up in here. Don't you think? That's what I'm thinking. And look at that piece of hydrangea foliage. I'm going to use that in another project because we will make a pretty, it'll be a perfect structure for our flowers arrangement. Oh yeah, see, we love that. I think I need one more too, because here we go. One more on this side. See, look at over here. I'm looking at that side of it, right? And I'm thinking that I need one more there. So thank you for putting up with me for 21 minutes of this talk, that we're just getting back together and just, getting everything all going on. There we go. So I have to coat those as well because I did not coat the last one. Okay, because someone else called me in and they said, hey, you know what? You're a shill because all you want to do is sell this stuff and that stuff. These two things. Okay, you know what? I get nothing from them. Nothing. Nothing. Chrysler doesn't do anything. They don't pay me any money for selling their stuff. So there you go. I want you to be successful. That's what I want. I want you to use this and I want you to use that because I know you're going to have good luck with it and it's going to work well for you. That's the only reason. And you know what? If it didn't work well for you, I wouldn't tell you. So, when evil walks the earth. Okay. So there we go. So blue. Let's talk about aqua for half a second because this is kind of aqua too. All right. If you like aqua is your favorite color, you're tranquil and calm and cool. Oh yeah, you want to be cool, right? Aqua also is a color that is wet. When we talk about pink being sweeter, aqua is wet, okay? And it's friendly. So that's fun. Yeah. So dependable, steadfast, traditional, gentle, popular. If you're interested, you can purchase these on my website, 2 for $5. So you got both sides. If you want to share one with somebody else, if you want to, whatever you want to do, they're in the store on the Ubloom website. If you want them, that's great. There's tips and tricks on one side, and the color horoscopes are on the back side, and the color wheels on the front side, because I always think it's great to work with the color wheel, because my friend Leah Treisman taught me how to do that. So I want you to have success. That's what we're going to do. So don't you think that's pretty for our blue arrangement? I did have someone who suggested that I wear a gray shirt so that you could see the bouquets better. So thus I have worn the gray shirt. I do listen to your comments and I do enjoy them and I do like what you're going to say to me. So yeah, so that's good. And again, coating it with our Chrysler Professional Glory. Look at how pretty this is. Isn't that a pretty little container? Now, here's the other thing about this container. This container holds about this much water. I kid you not. So when I have it full of hydrangeas like this, I check it twice a day. And I add my water that has my Chrysler Professional 3 in it. So I just add that to there. And a bouquet like this on the counter is going to last for probably 2 weeks because these hydrangeas are incredible. So cut fresh out of the garden this morning. So there we go. And blue. Do you like blue as your favorite color? Are you one of the 35% of the people? If you want to see other colors, you can go back on the channel and you can see yellow and peach and orange and pink and red and green and purple and lavender. So I hope that you've had a great time. Thanks for hanging out, being patient while I took a little hiatus. And I hope that you enjoy these. What we're going to do this fall, because we're going to be doing the podcast, we are going to be, I'm going to be limiting these guys to, we'll have one YouTube a week from down here, and then we'll have one YouTube a week from our archive. So, you know, if you're patient, you get to see those different types of shows that we have on uBloom as well. So just so you know that's what we're doing. So because then we're going to be doing the podcast one day a week too. So that's going to take up a little more time for us. But I hope that you enjoyed it. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward for you meeting Kelly. You know, Kelly has told me he's never wants to be on the show. Never, ever, ever. And so on the TV show, so that he's going to be on the podcast is going to be fun because he's funny, and I hope you enjoy that too. So, okay. So until next time, keep having fun with flowers. All right. We'll talk to you soon.